Hi, I'm Carl from Abt, and in this video I'm going to give you a closer look at the newest speaker in the Sonos lineup for 2022, the Ray. If you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to click the link in the description after the video to see our current pricing or to get help from one of our experts. Not only is the Ray the newest Sonos soundbar, but it's also their most compact. It's only 22 inches wide, 3 3/4 inches deep, and a little over 2 3/4 inches high, and it's available in a matte black or white finish. On top are some simple touch controls. In the middle you've got play, pause, and to the left and right are the volume controls. If you're using the Ray to listen to music, you can also swipe left or right to skip a song or go to the previous one. On the back are all the connections. There's a power input, optical input with an included cable, and an Ethernet input, which you also get a cable for. In addition, the Ray also works with Apple AirPlay. To the left of the inputs is a join button to easily join an existing Sonos system. Then, just outside of the connections are going to be some holes for hanging this on the wall with an optional Sonos wall mount. Setup on the Ray is pretty simple. If this is your first Sonos product, just plug in your speaker, download the app, and it'll basically walk you through the rest step by step. The app's extremely easy to use and does a great job consolidating all your downloaded music and music services into one spot. You can also use it to adjust bass and treble manually, or if you have a compatible iPad or iPhone, you can use my favorite feature, which is TruePlay tuning. This plays a series of test tones to optimize the audio settings to the room where you have it installed. It does require the area to be quiet though, so if you have children or an immature spouse, you may need to run it a couple times for it to work. There's also a night mode and a speech enhancement mode. Night mode is going to bring the loud sounds down and the quiet sounds up so you can hear what's going on in a movie or a show without disturbing the people nearby. And speech enhancement is going to help make dialogue easier to hear on all your shows and your movies. For controlling the volume, you can use either your TV's remote or the app, since the Ray, like any other Sonos speaker, does not come with its own remote. Then we've got the audio, which is provided by 4 Class D amps powering 2 mid-range woofers and 2 tweeters, plus Sonos's bass reflex system to help add some low end. The overall sound quality is really good for the price. You definitely get your money's worth. Vocals and higher frequencies come through super clearly, and the mid-range is handled really well too. The bass is the only area where I found it to suffer a little bit. Even with the bass turned all the way up to its highest level, it just didn't hit all that hard. To be fair though, you shouldn't really expect a speaker this size to be earth-shaking. That's not what it's meant for. This is going to be a great option for smaller sized TV rooms or like a bedroom TV where you don't necessarily need that big booming bass. It's going to be much better than any TV's built-in speaker system. If you're looking for a soundbar to use as your primary speaker though in a large area and you're not going to add a sub or surrounds, I would spend a little more and go with the Beam Generation 2. But if you do plan on adding the sub and maybe some ones as your surrounds, the Ray will certainly work well as part of a primary home theater setup. And don't forget, those extra speakers can always be added on at any point. So if you start off with just the Ray for budgetary purposes maybe, you can always add those others later on. The Ray is exactly what it should be. It's perfect as a small TV room or a bedroom TV soundbar. It also works well as part of a full Sonos surround setup. Music playback is terrific, assuming you don't listen to stuff with a ton of bass, and the app is extremely easy to use. Plus, it's reasonably priced, so it's a great way to get familiar with the ecosystem if this is your first Sonos speaker. If you have any questions on the Sonos Ray or need help finding a new soundbar for your home theater, please be sure to contact our experts here at Abt. We're available 7 days a week, and if you don't live close enough to stop by the store, we can always be reached by phone, email, or online chat. Thanks as always for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.